So who doesn't remember that drum intro? The rapid fire doubled bass, the razor sharp riffs, and then boom, Rob Halford unleashes one of the most insane screams in metal history. Faster than a bullet, terrifying scream. That's right, we're talking about Painkiller 1990. This is one of the most brutal comebacks in metal history. But this decade wasn't all glory for Judas Priest. The 90s saw one of the greatest albums ever, but also legal battles, lineup changes, and a near collapse of this band. Welcome back to Headbangers History. This is where we uncover metal's greatest stories. So in part 3, we dive into Painkiller era, Rob Halford's shocking departure, and the Ripper Owens years. Buckle up, bitches, because this is where things get intense. Welcome to Headbangers History, where riffs reign supreme and legends are born. Let's dive into the heart-pounding history of hard rock and heavy metal. Painkiller, 1990. The heaviest Priest album ever? After the somewhat mixed reception of Turbo in '86 and then Ram It Down in 1988, Priest knew they had to go harder than ever. And the solution? Painkiller. Scott Travis joins on drums, bringing a thrash-inspired ferocity never heard before in Priest. Glenn Tipton and KK Downing unleashed some of their fastest, most aggressive riffs ever. Rob Halford goes full Banshee mode, with screams that put younger vocalists to absolute shame. Some of the key tracks, of course, Painkiller. It's one of the most legendary metal tracks ever recorded. That opening, how do you not get energy? Then there's Hell Patrol, a speed metal monster. A Touch of Evil, which is a dark, brooding type anthem. But Painkiller was a statement album. Judas Priest wasn't just keeping up with thrash and death metal. They were out to crush everyone in their path. But just as the band hit peak heaviness, everything took a dark turn, just like life. Rob Halford leaves Judas Priest. Was it the shock of the decade? I don't know.
So, you gonna keep me in suspense here or what?
Despite Painkiller's massive success, tensions were rising. Rob Halford wanted to explore different styles of music, and internal conflicts were just brewing over. By '92 it happened. Halford left Judas Priest.
Wow, just wow.
The metal world was stunned. Could Judas Priest even exist without the metal god?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question.
Fans were left in shock and confusion, and Priest went into a long silence. Meanwhile, Halford went on to form the band Fight.
It's alright. It's alright. I'm just a little crazy.
A groove metal type band inspired by Pantera's heavier sound. He would later explore industrial metal with Two. And then return to classic metal with Halford. But for nearly a decade, he was gone from Judas Priest. This is the Ripper Owens era. Can Priest survive? Judas Priest wasn't finished, but they needed a new frontman. So enter Tim Ripper Owens, a fan who went from a Priest tribute singer to actual frontman of the band. Jugulator in '97, A New Direction. The album was brutal, it was dark, more influenced by groove metal than classic Priest. It did have tracks like Bloodstained and Burn in Hell.
Going to burn in hell!
These showed a heavier and angrier Priest. But was it really Priest without Halford? Fans were absolutely divided.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Demolition in 2001, the most controversial Priest album. They experimented with new metal influences, adding down-tuned riffs and modern elements. You had Machine Man and One on One, and these tried to keep the intensity but didn't quite feel like true Judas Priest. Many fans considered this one of the weakest albums in the catalog. So Ripper was a solid vocalist, but it was clear something was missing. By the early 2000s, the writing was on the wall. Judas Priest needed Rob Halford back in order to succeed and keep moving forward.
It comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living, or get busy dying.
The Metal God returns, and a new era begins. So after years of fans demanding it and the industry pressure, 2003 brought the news everyone had been waiting for. Rob Halford was back in Judas Priest. The reunion was legendary. The band was ready to make up for the lost time. But could they reclaim their throne in the metal world?
So, you gonna keep me in suspense here or what?
We're going to find out in part 4. The resurrection, Halford's return in new glory. But what's your take on the Ripper Owens era? Did Priest lose their way, or was it an underrated period? Let's debate in the comments below. So this is Headbangers History, the Painkiller Chronicles. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I can't wait to tell you what's coming up next. Welcome to Headbangers History, where riffs reign supreme and legends are born. Let's dive into the heart-pounding history of hard rock and heavy metal.